Good morning, good day, good evening, whatever time of day it is that you're seeing us this morning. This is Lizzy, and today I've got a really special guest with me, and this is my daughter Abby.
Yay!
Abeygale came round for a cup of tea and decided we should do a YouTube tutorial on something.
Yes.
So fortunately, I had just made this little hot water bottle cover.
It's so cute.
It's the dinkiest little hot water bottle. Now I know in America, which is where a lot of my viewers are, they don't use hot water bottles anymore. They tend to go for the more sort of high-tech technology type of stuff.
But there's nothing better. And for if you had it in a Christmas hamper or something like that to give it to somebody, I think that's absolutely super.
And actually for a pet, even if you're not thinking humans, I think actually this in our Millie's bed, she would love that.
My Esme pug would love that.
Yeah. So it should have been a lot bigger, but I ordered via the biggest website in the world, beginning with A.
You're lucky it didn't come this side.
Actually, the first one was half this size.
Oh no!
I didn't. Fortunately, I saw straight away that it was too small, so I cancelled the order really quick. So, phew, otherwise, I'd have had a little dinky one, which is actually quite.
That's a lesson learned.
But this one, when I got it, it was really tiny. But actually, when I started making the pattern for it and everything, I thought it was really quite cute.
Yeah, it is cute.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought I'd share that with us today, and Abeygale's going to do the questions that a lot of you ask, and I can answer straight away. Like, what on earth are you doing, Lizzy? That
Chief
sort of
interviewer.
And I'm just going to do the stitching and making. It's going to take about 10 minutes to make, if that. So.
Fab.
Yeah, it's a nice easy make actually, which is all of my makes tend to be really easy.
Well, that's the thing, is they're accessible to everybody.
Yeah.
That's what's great. And I love how you hold up the measurements for everybody as well, because it's great having them in the description box, but actually seeing them and seeing, for instance, if there's a step down in the pattern, it's great to see where that is.
A visual.
Yeah, so that is fantastic.
No, and I think sometimes we work off visuals, sometimes we work off instructions. You know, it's horses for courses, as they say.
Like bow.
Yeah, sweet little bow.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it's for children, you do not have the bow. In fact, pets, you do not keep the bow on there.
Oh, yes.
Purely decorative. But anyway, let's just put that to one side. So there's my little dinky bottle. I do feel we made a little mistake here, Abeygale.
It's either that's really small or we're giants.
We're not giants.
It's cute.
It is
I think
cute.
my Seb has got a water bottle that size.
Oh, that's lovely. And to be honest, like I said, for babies and pets, it's perfect. So what I did was I took my bottle, as I'm not going to be able to see now, and I drew around my bottle, and you'll see that, if I can hold it properly.
Do you want me to hold it?
You hold it. That's a good idea. Hold on, you're here. So you can see the sort of shape we're looking at, and I will hold this up in a second so you can get the measurements. But obviously it's your bottle.
Yes.
So what I've done is I've actually shown the measurements of what you would add if you're making one.
Oh, that's good.
Rather than
using
the size.
yours. Yes, right. So using your bottle but adding the edge around accordingly.
So if you take that away, Abby. So if we have a look at this, you'll be able to see that the dotted line going across is where the elastic goes, just to give it a bit of shape. And then it's 1.5 inches out here. I haven't measured this tall part, but that would be your bottle neck plus about an inch and a half.
Got it.
And then at the bottom I've added 1.5 inches for the turn that we're going to put our hook and loop on, and I've added an extra inch. So I suppose the inch is to allow for the bottle, but then I've added that little bit extra to do the hem, if that makes any sense.
It does. Perfect sense.
I'm glad somebody thinks so. So basically it looks a lot bigger than the bottle. If you hold that up again, Abby, you can see that it is quite a bit bigger, because obviously that's quite a shapely bottle, isn't it? So you've got to allow for that, and obviously it's going to be a bit of water.
And you have to be able to get it in.
Oh,
so there needs to be some sort of manoeuvrability in there.
So that's the sort of shape you're aiming for.
Is this your piece?
And this is my piece that I cut out, and obviously I've cut my bits and bobs out already. I've got little bunny rabbit fabric.
That is cute.
Isn't that lovely?
And I noticed that because it's directional, you've got both facing the same way.
Yes,
So
that's really important to remember that. I mean, if you do make an upside down bottle, nobody's going to worry.
No.
So I've got 2 pieces of elastic.
Oh, they're tiny.
And because when you put elastic on, you grab it with the needle on the machine and then you stretch it across.
Yes.
And that's what gives you a bit of gather. So that's 3.5 inches. So you have to work out for your own bottle size. A little bit of hook and loop just to go on the bottom to actually close. Velcro, hook and loop.
Why do we say hook and loop?
Because we're not supposed to actually promote any
because it's a
particular
brand, is it? Okay.
You're not
didn't know
supposed
that.
to. I mean, if they sort of gave me a whole reel of it, I'd be more than happy to say Velcro.
Promo time.
Anyway, I'm going to put my cup of tea to one side, Abby.
See, I've already done that. I've prepared.
So I'm just going to bring the machine in. I'm going to put it on a long stitch. And the only reason I do that is so it's really quick.
Yeah. Good. Yes. Good idea.
Yeah. If I keep it on a short sort of 2.25, 2.5, it takes a little while for it to machine.
If I'm doing shows, I adjust the stitch length longer.
To long.
Because there's no point sitting there stitching something in a really tiny stitch that takes all day when you could just whiz through it happily.
Yes, exactly. So all I'm going to do is turn this bottom hem up. Now I've put my wadding or batting already on the back. It's quite thin, but it's cosy. It's cotton and it's a little bit of polyester as well.
Was it a fusible or have you used a spray?
I've used a spray adhesive. And so I'm just going to turn up a little hem just so it's nice and neat and just stitch that across. I don't bother with a back stitch because the seam gets caught in another seam, so it's no bother.
And the machine doesn't mind those layers, does it?
No, and test your own machine out. I personally would probably cut some of this wadding away or batting. I would cut it away so it's a little bit thinner.
Yeah.
Can I have that other piece?
It's quite warm on my hands.
Oh, you see. Now I actually don't line this. I just have the wadding as it is. I don't.
But you do want the heat from the water bottle, so I do think that if you did line it, I think it would be harder for that heat to get through the layers.
Exactly.
So I think that's perfect. Yeah. Oh, it's like I knew what I was talking about.
Well, you kind of do. You do a bit of stitching, don't you?
A little bit.
So I'm just going straight across. I'm not worrying too much. You could, if you wanted to, put the Velcro in at this point as well if you want to, and just do sort of part of it and then go back and do the rest.
I was thinking, why were you doing that? But that's your opening, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got it right. Yes.
Yeah, so it's the water part and the opening part of the hot water bottle is actually up this end, and we're enclosing that.
Yes.
So no child can undo that.
Very, very good.
Oh, I tell you, I was thinking about it.
Were you thinking of Sebastian at the time? Because that's something. Actually, funny story. Lily came into the living room last night with a hot water bottle.
It's my grandchildren.
And honestly, no word of a lie, the hot water bottle was round. She had filled it so full, it was round. I went, oh, gracious. So I took it off her, poured it out, and it was pure boiling water she'd used.
Oh, my God.
So then I had to top it up a bit with cold and then push out the air, give it back to her. I said, there, now next time you want a hot water bottle, please ask me.
Yes.
Like, she's very competent. Like, she can make cups of tea.
She's 11, isn't she?
Yes,
She's
but
not a baby.
Honestly, it was round.
That was probably the air. Most of it.
There was probably 2 litres of water in there. It was unbelievable.
So I've put one side of my Velcro hook and loop, or shall we be politically correct?
Yes.
Or shall we just say
now
it?
I know why you're saying it.
So I've put one side. It matters not whether it's the fluffy or the hook part. And I'm literally guessing where the middle is, but you could fold your fabric in half, find the middle and pop your Velcro over the top.
Oh, that's an easy idea.
Yeah.
I'm just conscious you hitting that microphone.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, we've got a microphone today, haven't
We're
we?
professionals.
Well,
you are. I'm just along for the ride.
Cups of tea and slices of cake.
Yes. That was the first thing I said when I got in.
Cup of tea.
Cup of tea, please.
I'm surprised you didn't go through the cupboards and find all the cake.
Well, you had things out on the side that I ate.
That's true.
I didn't need to.
Oh dear, oh dear. So I've stitched the other half of the hook and loop on, and get my threads out of the way. Trouble because it's hook and loop, it clings to everything. There we go.
Yeah, very
nice and neat. Yeah, not too bad. So then it's just a case of right sides together. And obviously use your quilting clips or your pins if you want to keep this really nice. And just make sure they kind of meet.
It's coming together really quickly.
It does. It does. It's a nice little project. And if you've got access to small hot water bottles, it makes a good craft fair. You know, if you're having to do some sort of event.
Very much.
Yeah.
So, as a lot of your ladies are from America, tell us, you've been to America. Where have you been?
Oh gosh, I've been to New York.
Yeah.
And I've been to Toronto and I've been to Niagara Falls.
Right, Toronto's not America.
Well, it's close. It's nearby.
So you've been there?
Yeah, I've been there.
Other places other than America?
Actually, I can say I've been to Canada now, can't I?
Yes.
This is not quite meeting up, but we'll ignore that. And then I've been to all around Houston and Texas, down to Galveston, Florida, Miami,
New Orleans.
I've been to Acapulco.
You've been to San Antonio.
Yeah, only because you've been.
I've been. Yeah, I went to. That's why I know. We went to Mardi Gras it was in San Antonio.
Yeah,
and it was
unreal, wasn't it? Because we didn't expect it.
No, we turned a corner and there it was. Can you imagine?
It was really weird.
People on floats throwing beads and.
It was great.
Yeah, it was amazing.
So you got a good memory because that was quite a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, I was 16, I think.
Oh yeah, all right. So that would have gone in the old memory bank then. Yeah. Yeah. So there.
You know that where we stayed in Galveston on the pier, that actually got knocked down.
No.
That's no longer there.
Really?
Yeah.
What, with storms? Oh my gosh.
I think it got heavily destroyed in a storm, but then it got knocked down, so it's no longer there.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, see, happy memories. Right, so I've just gone all the way round.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Now I could trim this a little bit, but I'm just not going to do that because we're going to go straight for it. And I'm now zigzagging the edge. I did notice when I got up to the top of my piece, I think my wadding, my batting, had some spray glue on and it was sticking to my foot. So be aware when you're spray basting anything.
I like this technique because it just makes it very neat and it looks very professional.
Yeah. And
you don't need a special machine to do a zigzag stitch.
No, nothing fancy. I mean, this is one of the most basic baninas that you can get. Okay, it's a banina, but you don't need a banina if you've got a Singer, an Elna, a Janome, you know, any make at all. If you've bought one really sort of affordably from your local store, fantastic. Use it. Use a straight stitch, use a zigzag stitch, it's great.
It does, it finishes it off really nicely.
Yeah, it does. And obviously you can trim it so it's even more neat, but who's going to open your hot water bottle cover and inspect it?
Well, they'd have to turn it fully inside out, wouldn't they, to have a look at it?
They would not be my friend. So
they might do it though if you gave it to them because they'd go, I'd like to see the stitching.
I often think that, you know, when I give away things on TV and I've, you know, it's a TV demo, so they're not 100%.
No.
Imagine the pressure we're under sometimes. And sometimes I get them sent off and I think, oh my gosh, are they going to judge me by this? I mean,
they probably do, actually. They probably do.
I'm waiting for some Facebook feedback from some groups to say, have you seen the mess? Because we just don't have that time. We don't have that luxury of time. Anyway, that's my excuse.
I'm waiting for my quilt.
Oh yeah, well, you know, we'll still get there. You'll be ready for a quilt when I've made it.
Because I'll be in an old people's home. Ready for it on my knees.
Oh dear, it's a lovely roll of fabric.
Oh, I know. I'm very excited.
You can see it from here.
Yeah, that's why I thought of it.
Right, so I've straight stitched all the way around. And what you can do, even though I've zigzagged it, and you can do this before or after, I am just going to take a little bit of that bulk away. So you could, if you wanted to, just go ahead and zigzag over the top of that, or like I say, trim it and then zigzag. But like I say, this is going to be the inside. It's not like something I don't have. Right, disclaimer. I don't have a sweeper upper fairy. When I do that, I clear that up afterwards.
But the most ironic thing is I do that too, because you do that. And I feel like if it's acceptable for you, I can do it. But the only problem is I do it on a show, like you do it on a show, I do it on a show. And then afterwards, actually, we'd feel ever so guilty if we left it. So we're on the floor scooping up all the bits.
That is true, that is true. And I've just missed this seam here, so I just need to go back and sort that out. But for the benefits of the video, we can keep it as it is. So there we are. So just poke out your corners so it's nice and neat. I won't poke the other one out because I need to go back and stitch that a little bit better. That's because I was distracted. Please may I have the hot water bottle? Oh, I didn't do the elastic.
Oh no.
Oh, it's too late. I can't undo it now.
What about you give an elastic option, but you could also just do it with a bow?
That's a brilliant idea. You would put the elastic in before you put the two layers together.
Right, got it. And you would just attach it to one side, stretch it out.
Yeah, so you put your needle through this, just at the top and the fabric, and then I just literally pull that across and then stitch.
And would you use a zigzag stitch to put it in?
No, I just use a straight stitch.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Gives it a little bit of stretch because you pulled it. It's going to stretch.
Yeah.
Honestly. That's because,
I quite like it.
because we were chatting.
We're talking about you doing things wrong.
Oh dear. Anyway, there we
But
are.
that's fine, especially if it's for a pet. You may not want to put the elastic in. If you're making these in bulk.
It was just so it looked pretty. It gave it some, structure, if you like.
Have you got a ribbon or something for the top?
Let's have a look. I've got a pink ribbon. Will that do?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it looks lovely.
So,
what sort of size?
Actually, it's got kind of mauve on there.
Yeah, big.
Oh,
I'll cut it.
Done. So there we are. So that little hook and loops held that together.
There you go.
Oh, it looks really cute.
I like the pink.
It's maybe a tad small.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
It's just a wee bit small.
I'm used to being in my craft room and being conservative with things. I'm here. I could be using all of it.
You could have done, because now we've
Do you
got
want another piece?
Yes. I'll save that for another project.
That's
won't. Better. Let's be generous.
Is that too much now?
No. Never too much. Never too much. And now we can do a really fancy schmancy
Oh, that's
bow.
nice.
And then just get your scissors, fold it together on the end, and then from the fold you cut out, and that gives you the perfect
pretty.
V. So if you always remember, you fold it in half, you cut from the fold out. And it doesn't matter how many times I say that, people will still do it from the cut or the straight edge out, and then you get a V.
Yes.
But
yes. Got it. Can you show me again? Because I wasn't really concentrating, and now I think I want to do that.
Right, so fold your ribbon in half.
Yes.
So your cut edges, if you like, what would you call that? Your neatened edges.
The opened edge.
Opened edge are together.
Yes.
So this is your fold at the bottom. And so to cut a nice V out, you go from the fold out.
Got it.
And then when we turn it, it's got like a snake. If you do it the other way round, where you go from the cut
up,
and I'll turn that, and then you go from the cut out, you end up with that.
Yes.
Obviously.
So always open edges up.
Fold to the bottom, cut edges up. I'll do this again. It's a good job we had that small piece of ribbon to demonstrate with, Abigail.
It's like I knew.
So there we are. So that's the
brilliant.
End. And we've ended up with a beautiful little hot water bottle
Super.
cover.
I love it. It's really cute,
great, isn't it? And of course that can now go into a Christmas stocking for somebody.
Yeah.
And give it away, give it to a pet.
Yeah.
But yeah, there we are.
Brilliant. Good job, you.
Thank you very much for coming round, Abby.
Oh, thanks very much. We are about to film a video on my channel too.
We are.
We're going to make a fabric tulip bowl.
Yes, I'm going to let Abby do the stitching for that.
Yeah, so head over to my channel.
Yes.
You'll link it in the description, won't you?
I will link it at some point. It's just Abeygale, Abeygale. I will link it.
Yes.
Thank you. So if you've liked this lovely video tutorial with a mother and daughter act, then please hit the subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell and do the thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely rest of your day.